2 out of 3 ex-convicts reoffend within 3 years, and 50% are incarcerated again.
The problem with the incarceration system is that they are not giving people skills to survive. That's why it's such a high rate of recidivism.
If it was a system designed to actually help, rather than warehouse, that's what it's doing. It's warehousing and not offering alternatives.
It's tragic. It's tragic in there.
Prison doesn't really prepare you. It punishes you like a motherfucker. It punishes you. It locks you away. It keeps you away from your family, but it doesn't really prepare you for the streets.
Making someone feel human, because that's what's taken out in the prison system. Your humanity is truly taken out.
I was angry at the world, and I didn't have any outlet.
They are allowing people to be, I use this word in its definition, tortured. My mother and father were incarcerated in 1976. I was 5 years old. At the age of 13, I decided to start selling crack cocaine and marijuana because at this time, my thinking was I need to help my family.
I went to prison at age 17. I was tried and convicted and sentenced to 26 years to life for a gang-related homicide. The murder was what got me to prison. My attitude, the person who I was, it was gonna keep me in prison.
I started doing drugs, put me on the streets homeless, and it caught up with me, and I ended up with a 9-year sentence in prison.
In prison, you are stuck, confined, constantly searching for a way out. The incarceration system is a broken machine. And if you can't dig a tunnel, perform Shakespeare. There is a program run by Marin Shakespeare in which convicts can perform Shakespeare in prison.
There was an actor in our group who went by the name of V, and he showed up about 6 weeks into the program and said, "Don't call me V anymore. That was my gang name, and I want you to call me Victor because I dropped out of my gang." And he attributed that to being in Shakespeare.
No one could teach you how to love the way Shakespeare does. And that's what we need a lot of. You know, being in Shakespeare plays is such a crash course in delivering your very best on all levels. Teaching it, on the other hand, and watching the way any student of any age can transfix and transform themselves, I've never seen anything like it. The power of Shakespeare comes in the form of producing unmitigated empathy. To be deprived for a long time, to think you're not good enough, to think you're not educated enough, to think you're not smart enough, to think that you simply just don't have the gumption or the wherewithal to stand up in front of a group of people. Kind of like, I'm not going to put on that crown. I don't deserve it. I'm in prison. Everybody deserves it. Everyone deserves it. And you might find out that you can actually change. Hope is a very powerful thing. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night follows the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man.
You have to give people a chance to understand who they are, discover who they are, discover who they want to be, you know? And I think that's what Marin Shakespeare did for us. It was a blessing for me. It definitely gave me confidence, I would say, to not feel like everybody knows I've been in jail or try to, you know, completely separate myself from the things that happened to me. You know, you felt comfortable, you felt safe, you felt like you could be honest. Because it gave an opportunity for a lot of people who felt like they didn't have a voice even though they were incarcerated to be who they were, you know, and be comfortable and not be judged by their brothers or their friends or their homeboys.
This is my calling, man. I really feel like this is my calling, to be a storyteller. To be on stage is my calling. You take the stage, something different happens. A different verbiage and feel comes out of your mouth, and you kind of step to the side and look at those words like, damn, did I say that? I know I'm playing a character, but sometimes it's the true me. So it's like a home. It's like, you know, shit, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. So theater has helped me to expand my joy.
When I was performing Shakespeare, I felt fantastic because it gave me my voice back, and it changed who I was because I finally got out of the shell that I was in while I was in prison, because I tried to protect myself in there. It opened up so many opportunities for me to start talking about the things that got me there. It took you away, just those moments away from that incarceration. You didn't feel like you were incarcerated because you were on a stage. People were making scenery and backdrops, and the artistic side of us was able to be expressed. I'm now in college and I'm studying to be an SUD counselor, which is a substance use disorder counselor. I'm giving back, you know, and that feels great.